Brighton by the sea, but it could be Dallas. So much intrigue, allegation and anger has there been, emanating from the football club. In the summer, Brighton and Hove Albion announced they were selling the Goldstone Ground and moving out by the end of this season. Dismay among supporters turned to fury 2 weeks ago when a sit-down protest disrupted the game against Notts County. Only when manager Liam Brady intervened could the game continue.
This is their life, as a lot of football clubs are for supporters, and they're very concerned about where the future lies, and you can't blame them for that, really. And a lot of the things that they've had coming from the club really haven't answered anything.
Brighton's chief executive, David Bellotti, is the man at whom all the venom and questions are being directed. Are they £6 million in debt? Why was a clause preventing shareholders profiting from a ground sale removed? And has the Goldstone Ground already been sold to a property company for £7 million? Mr. Bellotti says it hasn't. Not yet.
We are going to sell because we have got no alternative strategy, which is to develop the ground here. It's impossible. The Taylor report and those things which our fans deserve are not achievable at the Goldstone. So we have to sell at some point. And of course we have huge debts at the moment anyway.
The owners say Brighton's home will be replaced with a 30,000 super stadium, but no site or funding for that development has yet been agreed, despite the imminent sale of the Goldstone Ground. Even more worrying were the revelations that Brighton had agreed to play next season's fixtures 50 miles up the coast in Portsmouth. The only local alternative is renovating the Brighton Greyhound Stadium.
We won't go to Portsmouth. They will get crowds of 1,000 people down there. Financially, the club won't survive.
Oh, that's where the ground's going to be, do you know what I mean? I mean, no one's going to go to Portsmouth. That's what they're saying, do you know what I mean?
Do you think people will travel to Portsmouth to watch Brighton if it reaches that stage?
I'm sure a good number of our supporters will, but clearly there will be those that suffer in terms of distance and cost. And we're going to have to be very creative on the grounds of cost in order to retain as much of our support as possible.
I think most people see that as the road to oblivion. A similar situation happened with Maidstone. They moved away from their ground, they tried to put pressure on the council for a new stadium. It didn't happen, and the club folded.
The Evening Argus made their own headlines last week when Mr. Bellotti banned them for inciting trouble. His embargo's not gone down well. Brighton and Hove councils weren't impressed, and their support and finance is essential if Brighton are ever to build their new super stadium.
There is going to be some money available, and the two owners of the club have made it very clear, and we stated this in our programme 2 weeks ago to all the supporters, that they're willing to invest even more money in if we get to the new stadium situation.
If you get council backing?
Oh yes, we need a partnership going for that, yes.
Do you think he cares about the football club?
No comment.
A red card demonstration greeted Mr. Bellotti on Saturday. Chairman Bill Archer is rarely seen at games. He's based in Crewe. Liam Brady won't look for excuses. The fans say the management and players have their full support, but the general sense of depression didn't do the team any favours. They were heading for another defeat within 20 minutes. Tony Ellis tapped in Blackpool's first. And then Brighton were badly caught out by the quick thinking of Andy Preece and the neat finishing of Mickey Mellon. Not even the sending off of Blackpool's Andy Barlow could revitalise an insipid performance. Ian Chapman's thumping free kick arrived much too late. But while some pondered the worst, there was another twist to the ground saga tonight. An independent report commissioned by Brighton and Hove councils has recommended the club stay at the Goldstone Ground. The report asked the owners to withdraw from the sale of the ground and from the option of going to Portsmouth. In return, the councils will make a commitment to finding a site for Brighton's new home.
I think that we're putting together a package which the football club can accept, and then we can all get down to the hard work, which is how do we solve the problems of the football club over the short term and in the long term, and we're committed to doing that.
So will Brighton be at the Goldstone Ground next season?
They will if the club come and play ball with the councils, and that's what they've asked for. They wanted the game with the councils. Well, now they've got it, and now their duty is to come and play that game with us.